Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. We know some other folks are going to be joining us, but welcome everybody. Welcome to the virtual Commanding Will Circle that is hosted every Tuesday at this time, noon Central Time. And the group is growing. I'm pretty excited. And I have a commitment to keep doing this at least until the end of August. And then we'll make a decision together about what the next steps are for us, if we want to keep going or if we want to change this up, because we are co-creating this group together. So welcome. And we're going to do things a little different today. I want to create some space for people more individually, because a lot of times I'll find one person and that person tends to kind of be the exact thing everybody's working on, but I want to help demonstrate how to format a command based on a situation. Would that be helpful to everybody? Good. And I know that a lot of people like to have some pre-made commands. So I've got a little bonus for y'all, a little free gift, and I'm going to announce that when we get a few more people on. But today I want to start with making sure that we are taking space, that we're disconnecting kind of from the world around us, our obligations, our upsets. You know, every day is a new outrage. Every day is a new challenge. I heard an astrologer saying today, well, Mars is moving into a position and it's unprecedented, it's never happened. And I thought, if I hear of one more unprecedented event, who's sick and tired of living in unprecedented times? I would like to have something that's a little boring for a moment. Since I can't create a little boring certainty for you, how about this? Why don't we just have a space where we can just get centered in our bodies and just kind of do that now. Just become aware of your body, get centered, take a couple of breaths, and it helps to breathe in through your nose, hold it, and just let it go. And just as you're breathing in, we're going to breathe in new potential. And as we let go, we're going to let go of limitations. Okay, so breathe in through your nose, hold it, and let it go. And now just let yourself get more and more centered into your body. And sometimes it's very much like getting into like those old onesies with the footy pajamas, you know, and let's say we even have the little gloves that we can slip our fingers into. Very often we are not quite in our body, we're in our mental body, and we're reacting and we're trying to see what's happening in the future so we can prepare for it. That's a very tense position. Pardon my hand waving here. But we're living kind of up out of our bodies. And a lot of times when I'm working with people one-on-one, I actually have to take time and say, let's slip back into your body, let it go, settle into your hips, feel your feet, drop your shoulders, just take some breath. And I know you have got a lot going on, pardon me. You've got some serious cares and concerns. You have responsibilities. You have some resentments and regrets. You have some energetic and emotional blocks. You got all of that. Okay. And I promise at the end of today's call, any of that you want to pick back up, you can. You can pick up all of it or none of it, or pick just what serves you. But when you do pick it back up, you're going to pick it back up from a grounded, confident state of being. Does that sound fair enough? Does that sound good? So we've had some more folks come on. I just want to say hello and welcome. And we're just settling in. We're creating space, and not just space in your day, space for you. Let's just go ahead and allow that greater space that is already exists within us for your own greatness. And we might even say a miracle. Would you like to create a space within you for a miracle? Sometimes we just forget how powerful we are. Who's already feeling better as you're getting back into your body? You're feeling more grounded. That took about 3 minutes. Okay. Now, what I like to do, I do start my day with getting grounded. And as I notice things are happening, like we are getting packed up to move, and there's 1,000 things to deal with all at once, and extra things happening that we don't normally deal with, and whole new decisions. And there's this kind of extra pressure. And I noticed that my voice gets higher and tighter, and I feel like I want to force, and then I'm trying to manage everything, and I have to go, guys, give me a second. And I realized the problem is not them. The problem is I'm fearful that my little inner Kathy is going to be in trouble if everything's not done when mom comes home. I'm 66, guys, okay? Sometimes that still takes over, especially when there's that deadline, right? I have to remember that all things are working together perfectly, that we're all working together in our house. We all want the same thing, right? And I just take a moment and breathe. And then I do also what I do in this group, where we say, hey, the master in me greets the master in you. I take a moment and I think about each person in the house, even the 9-year-old, my 9-year-old granddaughter. I got a 19-year-old who's, got some exciting life changes happening. My daughter, my son-in-law, I've got both of my sisters, and we got some extended family. And whatever's up, I just take that moment. And as I'm grounding, I just think about whoever I have a concern with. And I consciously create this moment where I can just align back to my master. I go, there's a master in here. I might not be feeling it. And there's a master in you. And even though you might not be feeling it, let's just take a moment for you to be in the remembrance of that master that you already are. And breathe into that remembrance, into that greater knowing. Hey, even to the greater discovery that's possible. Breathe into that. And then I remember that they're just trying to figure it out, and there is a master in them. So I might say, Carolyn, Carolyn, the master in me greets the master in you. And in this space, let there only be love between us. And I might even do a little, wow, I realized I'm not talking to a 9-year-old. I'm trying to talk to a little adult. That's not going to work, right? And empathy comes in, or the truth of the situation starts to arrive, and then I can go back out and address it. And that takes just a very few minutes. So right now, if there's somebody or a situation, and let's just deal with somebody, that maybe there's a little conflict, there's a little upset, there's a little misalignment. In fact, let's just, instead of saying conflict or upset, what if we said there's a temporary misalignment in a situation? How does that feel when you think about, oh, we're just in a temporary misalignment, rather than we're going to fight it out? We have a conflict, because in a conflict, there can only be one winner, right? So right now, if there's someone that you're in a temporary misalignment with, as you're aligning to your heart, and everybody here is doing the same, so you're not alone. And it could be someone from your past or in a current situation. Right now, as you connect to the master in you, in your mind's eye, get that mental image. And just affirm, hey, the master, say their name mentally. And if you want to do this out loud, that works even better. But you could actually say, so-and-so, the master in me greets the master in you. And in this space, Let there only be love between us. Why love? Because that's the highest vibration. That's what the universe is made of. Let there only be love between us. And then you just stay with it. Just be present and just be aware of that space between that is love. And then an awareness of the situation. There may be an awareness of their motivation. There may be new information that arrives, or it could just simply be quiet. But what we're doing is we're creating this space for greater understanding, right? For the perfect alignment. And what may be revealed is, hey, here's what's stopping the alignment, or what needs to happen in order for that alignment to occur. And you may feel your body shifting, and sometimes your chest wants to lift up. And you may even be feeling a little sleepy. That's okay. That means you're going into theta. Remember to breathe. And then just bring your attention back to your own heart. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Now I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of people that will resist doing that because they think it means like what has probably happened in the past, that, hey, you have to be the bigger person. You have to be the one to forgive. You have to be the nice one because they're never going to change, right? It's you have to be the one to give up your position, right? You're the one that has to be the one to give up your needs, your ego, your dignity. That's all in the past. That's not what we're asking right now. And so a lot of people want to be mad about it. So that's where you've heard me say the 4-part statement. Because we have a situation in our family, and my daughter was like really, really mad about it with a family member. And she's like, you always take their side. I said, no, I'm actually thought we were talking it out, and I'm trying to understand it. I'm trying to get the understanding and the wisdom here so I know how to deal with it. And I said, but listen, you have the right to be mad. Your anger is righteous. And she was like, what I'm after is a solution. But if you need to be mad for a while, I support you. Because she's processing it out. She's not wrong, right? So the 4-part statement, and I don't have it written, but notice what happens when you think about your situation as I say this. And we're going to say angry, okay? Or hurt or sad or mad. You can insert your own word. Offended. Okay, but I'm going to use mad. I am mad. And I am going to be mad. And I'm going to do everything in my power to stay mad until I no longer need to be mad. And then take a breath. Because there's a part of you that's communicating and it's not being addressed or acknowledged. And that's where, when we hear about toxic positivity, that's how you counteract it. Okay. But then that magic statement is at the end, until I no longer need to be mad. So your brain might do what I call a Scooby-Doo moment, the cartoon character who goes, no, what? Do I need to be mad? No, and saying, and until I no longer need to be mad. Do I need to be mad about this? Or do I want to be mad? Like, well, what needs to happen? You know, and your brain's going, okay, well, I want you to have what you need, which is its prime directive, right? Get your needs met. And then it goes, well, let me know, right? Well, what do I need to be mad at? And that creates an open field. So I'm mad. I'm going to be mad. I'm going to do everything in my power to stay mad until I no longer need to be mad. Okay. So then the question becomes, what do I actually need here? I didn't know I was going to teach this. I had this whole other thing I'm going to show you, but I guess this is what we needed today. You guys pull this out of me. Oh my God, the consciousness of the group. So tune in to what you really need. You need somebody to be on your side. You need somebody to tell you you're not insane, right? Maybe you need to just be supported. Is that what that would look like? I need to be supported or protected, right? I need the truth to come out, because we have this idea that once the truth happens, then everything changes. And, if the last 4 years has told us anything, or last 6 years has told us anything, we can completely know the truth, right? It's laying out there. And everybody's, we're living in this upside down time. So what will the truth give you? Validation, probably, right? I'll be validated. Whatever that is. So I'm going to come back to the word supported, because this is a big one. A lot of times that's why we're angry, because something got taken from us and there's nobody on his side, no one's listening, nobody's helping. And if you tuned into the feeling of the situation that you're currently in with this person that you're mad about or having misalignment with, if you tuned into the emotion, you would probably discover that it has nothing to do with the situation, but it's the feeling. And if you tuned into the feeling, what would happen is go ahead and check in with yourself. You would notice that this feeling is located in a very specific part of your body. It may feel like it's inside or on top of it. And if you paid attention to it, you might notice this feels like I've had this a really long time. So as you tune into the feeling, you might think, well, how old do I feel right now? And a lot of people are surprised that suddenly they're thrown back to being 5 years old, 8, 9. Some people are in their crib. Some people are on a job that they had that they were accused of stealing something, right? But notice where that feeling is. So if we go, hey, I want validation, tune into that feeling, and then ask yourself again, what do I need here? What do I really need, instead of being angry? Remember to breathe. We're giving it space. And whatever feeling or answer comes up, if you go, hey, I need to be protected. I need to feel safe. I need to feel seen. Whatever comes up for you, that's what we're going to do this next part over. And you can do it over and over on each word, or you can find that one big word. Okay, but just stick with me. So we've done the statement, the 4-part statement, and I will send in the replay, the document of what this 4-part statement is. Okay, is that all right? Is this okay? Am I going off on a tangent? Somebody's needing this today? Okay. I'm angry, I'm mad until I no longer need to be mad, was the last statement. What do I actually need? And you're tuning into your feeling body. And then we have this new statement. I need to feel protected. Somebody's feeling that, I'm going to say it. So the new 4-part statement is, I am protected. And I am going to be protected. And I am doing everything in my power to create an atmosphere of safety and protection inside of me and outside of me. And I'll do all this and more until I absolutely know myself as one who is safe and protected. Breathe into that. Good. now you're going to create it. So if you felt safe and created, what would that feeling be in your body? Some might say warm, some might say connected, some might say stronger. Maybe they don't feel like they have to fight and defend. Maybe they could actually let themselves be softer. And whatever that is, keep creating those feelings of softness, protection, warmth. Maybe you wouldn't feel alone in the world. And let that feeling state be created. Because I'm going to tell you a secret. This is what you've actually been trying to do in all of this misalignment and this drama and these stories and every relationship, every job, every venture. This is what you've been trying to heal and recreate. And when you learn to take control of this intentionally, lovingly, honestly, no, you won't have to be recreating these, the abuse, the abandonment, the disappointment, the betrayals, because everybody you brought in to help you work that out, they'll either rise up in vibration with you or they'll disappear out of your life. That's just the way it works. So now check in on the situation of what we were calling a misalignment, that you felt distrustful. And you know what? Forienza, of course you would feel distrustful. It would be ridiculous for you to not distrust people based on your history, right? But you can create and recreate your history. Those who don't learn from it are condemned to repeat it, right? But also you could say, okay, now I'm going to create a new story. This is a new beginning. I'm going to start creating new evidence. And that's hard because we want, a lot of times that old story comes up, but when you start healing it and creating that master and you learn to actually create for yourself, and we didn't even have to go into 6 steps going up, but we definitely lowered our brainwave. We went to a softer, more expanded state of being. We went more into like an alpha theta mode. Normally when we do 6 steps, we're going all the way up to theta, but we were in that kind of visual emotion, soft, relaxed, and we were able to do some healing in that space. Okay. Was this helpful? I would love to get some feedback on this process. And that's just what happened in creating the space. So, oh, Sandy, let me see. I can't, my mouse went dead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was like trying to do a thumbs up.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you had something to share.
Sorry. Well, actually I did. As you were going through the, even though I've heard you say before, the master in me meets the master in you, for some reason or another, this issue thing that I've been thinking about for a long time, it's shifted this time.
Yeah.
And then I do like that I'm mad and I'm going to stay mad because, because when you keep down, when you're like, it's just like, no, I'm mad. It's a mad thing. It's
Yeah. A couple of years ago, I didn't realize it was a couple of years ago, that I was diagnosed with fatty liver. And so I'm like, all my liver stuff's up. And I had to just like rest. And I had no idea how much anger I still had in my body that I really hadn't addressed. And so that process actually helped me release a lot of it. Okay, so play with it. I'll send the worksheet on it, just to kind of explaining it, and then you can replay. We're in the first 25 minutes of the call. So when I send out the video, and I'll send the audio too. Would y'all like to get the audio as well, or just the video? The audio to listen to? Okay, thank you. Linda, I hope it's okay. I'm going to read this. This is exactly what I need to hear today. It gives permission to have feelings, but not let them control me. Yeah, and Emily saying audio, please. Okay, I will make sure we get both of those. Feeling whole and grounded. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for just trusting me in this. This is what came up and we just rolled with it. So I have something for you today from the vault. And let me pin my video. There we go. A few years ago, I did a 30-day one command challenge. And I was looking at the Facebook group. It's kind of incomplete, and I don't know what happened to all the audios and videos. I'm trying to reclaim and recover a lot of my stuff because I've changed computers and storage systems. But I wanted to share with you a one command 30-day challenge, and I've got 30 days of commands, and you can change, you can change them up. But it's just, hey, if you will commit 30 days and every day this is the command, and then you can leap off of each one, you're going to experience a massive change in your life. Okay. And so this might give you a format to work with. So I'm going to go ahead and give you the action sheet right now. Let me see if it'll, there we go. There's that. And let me check out what the group is. I'm still recovering all the stuff, but if you could, because I had a teaching for every single day. And I did it on 2 different platforms. It was not very organized, but here's an action sheet that you can download, and that way you can take a look at that. Okay, but this might help you in your daily challenge. All right. So I want to tune in. Now, of course, we've done this massive group healing, and we've already done a little check-in, but does anybody else have any questions or anything for me or anything to share? Layden, I'm happy to see you back. I'm glad that you're doing well. And hello, sweet Lucy. Hi, Stephanie. Just checking in. If anybody has any, did you have something to share, Layden, or are you just unmuted?
No, I don't have anything to share. Just still staying optimistic about my business and my health,
Okay.
and working on different modalities for my back. I'm doing pain management. I'm doing the healing codes. I'm doing the one command. I'm going to church,
Yeah.
talking to God,
Yeah.
meditating, being in silence, being still, and I'm just doing everything, and then also asking for a miracle for my business because
Yeah.
we're still and we thought we had a big meeting today. Well, we will have one, but we have a big investor at the table and another small investor. The big investor wants the small investor to come in. The small investor is already an investor, so we're trying to put this all together. But the big investor today had the flu, so everybody
Okay.
was disappointed that the meeting got postponed. But it's not postponed indefinitely. It's just
Well, it's
postponed
giving you
for 4
time
days.
to meet the master in him, right? And
Yeah.
get into that alignment with him and the small investor, and that all, and then be visualizing that positive outcome. You had a great question. You sent me an email, and it was, can we combine the one command with like tapping and these other things?
Yeah. I
Yeah, you
thought, well, wow.
can. Yeah, because when you're doing the one command, you can actually start with the one command. And with the tapping, a lot of times it's even though, right? Even though I'm not healthy, I deeply and profoundly love and accept myself, right? And that's working with the energy channels. You can tap in, even though I don't know how this is going to happen, I absolutely know it's happening, right? And they have dropped the one piece that was always so powerful to me, and it's when they would do what's called the gamut. And I don't know, because Gary Craig was who I learned from years ago, and where they tap on like this little bit, this, so many nerve endings are right here,
Yeah.
but they would have you roll your eyes. Let me see if I can, And so it's where they do the tapping, and then you go run the gamut. First look down to the left, right? Look, I'm looking down to the left, might look like down, straight ahead. Then clockwise, I'm gonna roll your eyes, big circle. Just do it right now as you're thinking about your situation. Big circle, roll your eyes around. And I'm noticing, like I'm just thinking about you, like I feel blocked and it hurts when I put my eyes at 10 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Which is something from the past. In the past, this happened. I didn't get what I wanted, right? And then, like, and my eyes kind of go blank in the future, like I can't really see it, right? So I might say at 11 and 1. So I don't know how my past supports my future success. And I don't know how I can clearly see the way forward. I only know all things are working together for my good now, and I am fulfilled, right?
Yeah.
Then they have you do the counterclockwise, which you always have to remember go like 12, 11, 1. And you're unwinding, unwinding, unwinding. Did you learn the method where they do the eyes? And you're literally kind of clearing the brain, washing the brain. And then straight ahead, and you're going to count to 5 real fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's hum a little happy birthday, everybody, because it's, I don't know if Shamim's on, but it's her birthday today. Okay. For Yenza, you would sing the Italian version, what you learned when you were a kid. Okay. Then you would check it. Oh, I'm thinking about this future, and like, ooh, it's open. It's open, right? So I learned the eye rolls and all of that in the original, and then they said, oh, you don't need it anymore. So you might look up Gary Craig's EFT, but that's how I use it. That's how
Brad Yates has a lot of videos.
Brad Yates is, yeah, he's an OG too. He learned from Gary, and then went out, and I think he had a huge program with who's the, oh, he was from The Secret. I see his face.
Joe,
Joe,
yeah,
yeah, not Joe Dispenza. I know who you're talking about. Joe though.
Joe Vitelli.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, Joe Vitelli and Brad Yates hooked up, and they're doing tapping with Ho'oponopono, and so Brad said, if tapping is so powerful and Ho'oponopono is so powerful, can you imagine what it would be like if we combined it? That's when I got the idea. What about if the one command is so powerful and these other two things are so powerful? Can we do? I mean, they've written books about Ho'oponopono, and that's the other thing. I do Ho'oponopono constantly. Matter of fact, I listen to it at night when I'm sleeping. I just have it on autoplay.
I do that, like after I've done the Master in Me and the Master in You, and then I go, wow, like when I realized I was pushing my granddaughter around, being a bully. I was being a big sister, not a grandmother. But I was like, push, 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 because we're going to get in trouble if it's not done. And I had to say, Carolyn, whatever in me created this in you, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Right? I'm so sorry I'm pushing you around. You don't deserve that. And that even frames my apology to her. So you can, Ho'oponopono works even with it all works together. And your subconscious mind, your higher self will bring to you the perfect tool. But the one command works with all of it. Okay. So thank you for the question. Oh, Emily, thank you. Thank you, Layden. I hope that helps. And we're witnessing your success. We're witnessing.
Thank you.
All right. Emily, thank you. I did the 30-day command a few years ago. It was extraordinary and can't wait to do it again. Brad Yates. Ho'oponopono. Thank you, Layden. Go Google Joe Vitale. Yes. Yeah, Joe Vitale wrote the book Zero Limits. But even the sales letter that he wrote introducing Ho'oponopono, I think I kept that for years. It was such a healing. It was the best sales copy because it was healing. I was sold, but it was the message itself was healing. Okay. So I
Can we
wanted
tell
to
everybody about Joe Vitale, how he started?
yeah, go ahead.
I'll do it quickly. Joe
Okay.
Vitale was on the street. He was basically he was a bum, but he didn't want to be a bum, and so he went to the library and he started reading all. He went to the self-help section and he read every self-help book he could read, and just then got some ideas. And I believe he used the library writing facilities and wrote to somebody with an idea for something, and the next thing you know, he got featured, and then he became a famous author, and now he's very wealthy, and it just
Yes.
goes to show you never give up.
Yeah, and we were doing a lot of classes in Houston, and everybody knew Joe Vitale because they were among the people that when he got to start giving talks at the library. That's where that same library was where he started his literal speaking career too, and teaching. So everybody knew him down there. I haven't got to meet him yet for all my travels and all the
And he was
places.
in the movie The Secret.
Yeah, he's an amazing guy. All righty, I'm going to go ahead and let you go. I want to tune in and check. We've done so much teaching, but I want to find out if there's anything specific people need help with in formatting a one command. If there's anything specific that you want to change, remove, or improve. And if you need a question, if you have a question or need help formatting a command, just pipe in. Anybody? Oh, okay. Florian said yes. Go ahead and unmute.
Thank you. I've known the one command for a long time, and there was a period in which I was actively doing it. I was astonished today, here it's afternoon, it's 6 o'clock in the evening, when you put these counter statements in at the beginning.
Yeah.
Like, yes, well, for me it wasn't anger, as I said, but it was mistrust.
Yeah.
And the issue behind it, and I was thinking about it also when you were talking, was that I get influenced by other people coming in with a specific mental layout of how the person is, closing him in. And I saw, whilst my thing is of being on my own feet, being grounded and whole. And I was pretty shocked as to how immediate, with your format, there was an immediate shift in energy.
Oh, good.
Yeah. This really shocked me because it was wonderful. Of course, I feel it immediately. But as I say, I will underline the immediacy of it. And so I was wondering, and this just came up now, because I wanted to tell you this as a thank you for it, but I was wondering, and I am wondering, if it is a resonance with you that somehow flipped off, whereby there was this shift in energy, or if it was a different format in the putting out the counter statement of what one wanted, and that came up just like that. So I wanted to, I don't know if I've been clear in what I've said.
Yeah, that we're starting a lot of times with when we're taught about affirmations and always only speak positive, right? But it feels like a lie when we say it, trying to like convince ourselves.
Yes, sure.
So when we acknowledge how we feel, right, it disarms it. Goes, yes, you get it. Finally, somebody. And so the way the statement it sets up is it's happening, it's going to happen, because what do? We expect it to happen. Again, we have everything set up, and then we're constantly creating and recreating it, and we're training other people. Sometimes I'll even say, and I'm going to train everybody in my life to screw me over, right? Because why? Because that's what's happening.
Yeah,
because we're running it unconsciously. So we're actually shining light is the way I think about it. But then doing that at the end, I'm going to do all of this. I'm going to run this program because it's a lot of times it's hard to derail ourselves because we try to fight it. But what I'm actually doing is we're running the energy like, yep, we're running, it's happening, it's happening. There's no judgment until, and it goes, until what? Then here comes the next command, right? And then that, to me, it creates like a figure 8. That's what starts moving the energy into the positive, right? And holding the negative feeling is how we've protected ourselves.
sure.
So we're not disappointed. Yep,
Sure.
that's the way it is.
Yeah.
What's for a bit healing in my house is never good enough. Every person has had a situation where they've gotten upset. It's just never good enough. And I go, oh, family programming up. They go, Nana, you're not a coach today. And I go, well, it's up, and I'm going to acknowledge my part in it. What do you need right now? Right? So that's just kind of how I deal with it. They're not going to get me shut up about it, but but it's just we're not going to fight about this person's inner reality. So if I wanted to then add the one command, because I've done the affirmation of for you, if you're experiencing distrust, it'd be I know who to trust. And I'm going to attract more people who are trustworthy into my life. And I'm going to create an atmosphere of trust until I know myself as someone who's surrounded by trustworthy people. Right? So that brings up your discernment. And then the one command is next, because in that way we can bring in the programming and the downloads that are needed. So that's a little more complete. Does that answer?
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Beautiful. Thank you for joining us today. I love your vibe. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. All right. So we already know this. So I'm guessing everybody already knows what they want to attract, create, or manifest. Everybody knows what they're wanting to create. Okay. Because we know, hey, not enough money. What you want instead, more than enough money, and what'll improve, because we want to get an idea of what that change would really mean for us, because that moves you into the future. Okay. So I just want you to think about what it is you want to change, like what's happening now, what you want instead, and what's going to improve. When you have it, give me a thumbs up. All right. See how easy this is? Easy peasy. All right. So now we're just going to shift gears. We're going to go ahead and go into the 6 steps. Once again, just take a breath, settle into your body. We're already quite grounded in our body. So now just allow yourself to be completely present in your body, feeling your own connection to the earth's connection to you. And just to remind you, the fastest way to get grounded, one besides breath, is imagine your feet on the ground. Maybe you love that feeling of your bare feet in the grass or in the water, at the beach, standing on a rock, standing on a cool boulder, whatever that is. And just allow the energy from the earth start to come up through your body, up into your hips, up your spine, neck, shoulders, giving support. And since we're using breath today, just breathe in that energetic support, that creative life force energy from the earth, and breathe out everything that is not that. Breathe in that beautiful creative life force energy from the earth. Breathe in everything that's not that. Breathe out everything that's not that, pardon me. Lovely. Bringing your attention to your heart as you are aligning to your command. your intention of what it is that you want to create, and aligning to what will be improved as a result. Peace of mind, your bills paid, ease, divine health, more freedom. And get a specific image in mind of what that really looks like for you, uniquely to you. And as you're aligning to that desire, to that intention, supported by the creative life force energy of the earth, I want to invite you to picture, visualize, or imagine that there's a pole of light coming down from the universe, coming right down through the top of your head, going down through your body, right down into the earth. And that creative life force energy, your own energy, and the spiritual life force energy are all beginning to align and blend. Breathe into that. Settle into that. Allow your body to adjust to that. Whatever in your body is weak or is experiencing illness or injury, witness in your mind's eye that spiritual life force energy that is blended with the creative life force energy and your own energy through your intention. Witness that energy going right into your body exactly where it's needed. My knees are saying thank you, thank you, thank you. Whatever part of your body is trying to say thank you, thank you, thank you. So we're just expanding this field of gratitude all around us so that we can start to receive. And with your eyes up, roll your eyes up as if you're trying to look up through the top of your head and your eyes are closed. So roll your eyes up, looking up. Picture, visualize, or imagine that you are traveling up a pole of light. The higher you go, the faster you go, and soon you find yourself surrounded by the beautiful, velvety, black void of space. And reach out into the darkness and pull it away like a heavy black velvet curtain, breaking into the light of pure, open potential. Now, with your eyes still up, you can silently or out loud follow along with me as we state the one command. I don't know how and state your command. I only know it is so now, and I am fulfilled. And just let your eyes relax as that expands out into an idea even greater that serves more good in its fulfillment. Now, your beautiful mind wants to clarify or give a backup command. And whatever comes up that you feel like you need to add or refine, we're going to make another statement. I don't know how I only know it is so now, and I am fulfilled. And let that go. Let that expand out. Your eyes can stay relaxed, but we're going to do one more because we were having a situation called misalignment in our relationships or in our situations. You could be having a misalignment in your health. Your actions may not be aligned to your intention. That's a misalignment. So right now, here's your next command. I don't know how. I am now consciously creating a natural state of being called divine alignment in every area of my life, at every level of my consciousness, in every area of my experience. I only know it is so now, and I am fulfilled. Ooh, somebody got something. Let that expand. Let that go to an idea even greater that serves more good in its fulfillment. As you're healed, as you're walking around being happy and the best version of yourself. How much better, how much sweeter, how much more wonderful will the world be because a happy, fulfilled you exists. Wow, I would love to see it. And now just feel yourself coming back down in your body in this state of greater alignment. And as you're coming back down into your body, settling into your body, begin to receive with gratitude everything that is necessary, the new thoughts, the energy, the ideas. Maybe there's been invisible help, maybe that miracle. Just right now, start to consciously receive with gratitude. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all of it. And as this greater state of being begins to arrive, just let the old ways start to unwind, unwind, unwind. Just let it all go. Breathe in that new life. Hold it and exhale everything that's not that. And as you're unwinding, 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 we're just going to allow these new ideas, this greater potential to begin to arrive. The energy, the thoughts, the images, the ideas, that incredible state of being of peace and confidence. Let that energy come in and rewind and integrate it every cell and fiber of your being. Keep your eyes closed for just a minute. And do a little internal check-in as you think about your command and what you're commanding for. What do you know now that maybe you didn't know before? What new idea, what clarity has arrived? And you can open your eyes. And of course, what do we always say? Be sure and keep a journal of your commands, any challenges, revelations, successes, especially if you are choosing to do that 30-day challenge. Print it out, stick it in there, and write that down and notice what comes up for you. Emily, thank you. And so it is. And then, of course, we always say that inspired step, the 7th step is inspired action. Seventh step is inspired action, where you act as if your command is fulfilled, right? And you're just meeting the world and you're walking around in this positive expectancy, okay? It can help if you create what I call 3 vignettes, 3 little images to support this. If your command were manifested today, what would you see? Oh, there'd be a phone call, or I'd get an email, we'd have the meeting, and I'd walk away, happy with the meeting. I would have energy. I'd wake up in the morning, instead of thinking about what bills to pay, I'd wake up thinking about this great idea I just had, right? So as you do that, your manifestation, it will know what direction to take. It says, this is what you're going to be consciously looking for. You're training your reticular activating system, okay? And your intuition, of course, is going to be guiding you to the next steps, okay? All right. How was that today? Yeah, okay. I really appreciate you taking time. Wow, y'all brought the energy. Y'all, like I said, you guys always pull out the teaching. And I do, I have my slides a little bit out of order here, sorry. Of course, I'm going to be publishing this. You'll be getting the direct email. People have asked for the audio. I will break out the audio and send that. It may have to be in a separate Google Drive, so I'll make sure you're invited to that, okay? So you'll get the video and the audio and the worksheet that I sent today, that 4-part statement that I talked about. I got a lot coming to you, so keep an eye out for that, okay? The email that I use in my Google Drive is the Big Vision Coach, but all the emails I'm using for the business right now is Kathryn@kathrynperry.com. Both of those are me, okay? So anyway, that's it. And of course, anybody wants to work with me, you know how to reach out to me. we can just set up a time to talk about your situation, and then we go from there. If it looks like it's a fit, then we come up with a plan, and we go from there. All right, my love. So I'm going to go ahead and let you go until next time. Oh my God, I love you so much. Thank you. Have an amazing week. This is Kathryn Perry, the Big Vision Coach. I witness your mastery. Bye-bye, everybody.